Shannon Sharpe, one of the most well-known and entertaining voices in sports and media today. This man is an elite podcast host, an elite analyst, and he brings a special kind of humor and insight and a no-nonsense attitude that has made him a fan favorite in all of sports media. But before his days on television and behind the mic, Shannon was a dominant force in the NFL. Not only dominant, a 3-time Super Bowl champion, multiple-time All-Pro, and one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. However, just like most heroes, his journey wasn't that easy. Born on June 26, 1968, he was raised in a small rural town where opportunities were scarce. His family struggled with poverty, and from a young age, he understood that hard work was his only way out. Shannon, along with his older brother Sterling, were raised by their grandmother Mary Porter after their parents separated. Mary played a crucial role in their upbringing, instilling discipline, a faith in God, and resilience in both of her boys. Shannon has often spoke about how tough life was growing up for him and his family. He worked in the fields, picking tobacco and corn to help support, but despite these hardships, his sense of humor was his way of coping through it all, something that still defines him to this day. He once joked, "We were so poor, a robber broke into our house, and we ended up robbing him." But before I get into Shannon's football journey, we have to talk about his inspiration. We have to talk about what drove him. And that was his older brother, Sterling Sharpe. Sterling was a football prodigy, becoming a star wide receiver at the University of South Carolina before being drafted in the first round of the 1988 NFL Draft by the Green Bay Packers. And like I said, Shannon idolized his brother and saw football as his better path to life. But unlike Sterling, who had major college offers, Shannon's road was a little bit tougher. Big schools overlooked him because he wasn't highly recruited, and he ended up at Savannah State University, a small HBCU. But there he dominated, earning All-American honors while putting up over 3,700 receiving yards and 40 touchdowns. But despite his talent, scouts were still skeptical. He wasn't seen as a prototypical tight end or wide receiver, and coming from a small school only made things harder for scouts. But as we all know, in the 1990 NFL Draft, Shannon was selected in the 7th round, 192nd overall by the Denver Broncos. Many teams saw him as an undersized tweener prospect who might not fit at tight end in the pros, but Shannon was determined. He worked relentlessly to prove he belonged in this league, transforming his body, his mind, and refining his skills to perfection. But earlier in his career, he did struggle to find his place in the offense in Denver. But once Denver's coaching staff realized moving to tight end full-time was the move, he began to flourish. And from 1992 onward, he became one of the best receiving tight ends in the National Football Association, forming a dangerous connection with his quarterback, John Elway. Sharpe played a critical role in helping the Broncos win back-to-back Super Bowls in 1997 and 1998, and later he joined the Baltimore Ravens, where he added a third ring in 2000 before returning to Denver to finish his career and ended up retiring. By the time he retired, he had rewritten the record books for tight ends: 815 receptions, 10,060 receiving yards, 62 touchdowns, 8 Pro Bowls, 4-time first-team All-Pro honors, and he was inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2011, becoming the first tight end to reach 10,000 career receiving yards. Now, to get into his life after football, after retiring, Sharpe transitioned into sports media, where his outspoken personality and sharp wit made him a natural fit for the gig. He worked for CBS as an analyst before later becoming a co-host on FS1's Undisputed alongside Skip Bayless, and this is where his passionate debates and viral moments made him a household name. Later, he launched his own successful podcast, Club Shay Shay, where he interviews celebrities, athletes, and cultural icons. And also, right now, he's not working on Undisputed anymore, and most sports fans know this. He is working on ESPN First Take with Stephen A. Smith. But beyond his success on and off the field, Sharpe remains a role model for perseverance. His journey from the fields of Georgia to the pinnacle of sports and media is a testament to his work ethic, his resilience, and most of all, his unbreakable will. Today, he's not just a Hall of Famer in football, he's a Hall of Famer in life.